How have you managed this crazy Corona time?
Yeah, things have been absolutely crazy. I think luckily with the show coming out, I've been really busy,
Hmm.
which is nice. Um, so just trying to take care of myself mentally, physically, make sure I'm checking in on the people close to me and make sure they're okay. I think that's been an important part of all of that.
Okay, good, good. So Outer Banks is a global hit. Was it a surprise for you, or have you expect that?
So I think I expected the show to do well just because right when we got on set, you can feel the chemistry with everybody. You know when you're doing good work and you're making good stuff. So I I knew I knew it would do well. I don't think anybody could have prepared me for how well it did. The response has been insane. I'm incredibly thankful and very thrown off in a lot of ways. It's just really exciting.
Okay. What does that mean to your career?
This means everything for my career. I think I definitely realized that the second I booked it that wait, I'm gonna be a lead in a Netflix show. Like that's a really big deal. That puts me on really whatever radar I want to be on, you know. So the show definitely launched that, and I'm happy that I had this experience to and in such a natural way and such a natural show to be like the first big thing to showcase myself and my career. I think it was a really good project to be the first one of, hopefully many.
I agree. Okay. So what do you like on Outer Banks in general?
I what don't I like? I love where we film. It's absolutely beautiful. I love being on the East Coast. I love the cast. I think everybody's so talented and we all have very different skill sets. So I feel like I get the opportunity to learn from everybody. The crew is amazing. Everybody just has this laid back, go with the flow thing. Like if we think of something new for a scene or whatever, everybody's very open minded and very relaxed. Nobody's like super set, and it's not a strict set. And to be on a long-term show that is that loose is ideal, you know.
You're also very successful on Instagram, and of course you have a smartphone, I guess, but there is no smartphone in that show, or nearly.
No, yeah, I that's definitely an important part of the show is that power is out the entire time. But you get the idea that even if the power was on, these kids wouldn't be scrolling on Instagram or like making TikToks or whatever. But I think that's another thing I love about the show is that we, unlike most teen drama shows, we're not set in a high school. We're not being shown like at our locker and someone's getting pushed into the locker. It's not that. You see teens in a very different environment than they're normally showcased in.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Outer Banks is entertaining and thrilling on the same time, but it's also a story about being different, or being rich or poor, or growing up. Which of these aspects do you like the most?
Um, which do I like most? I I like, I mean, obviously all of it, but I really like that our show touches on us four being friends because we don't connect with other people. You know, because I resonate with that. I resonate with all aspects of that pogue kook vibe, but I think it's important to see like if you don't fit in somewhere, you'll fit in with other people that don't fit in, you know? So it's like we found our group regardless of where we're supposed to hang out, regardless of who we were like set up to be friends with. And I love that dynamic, because if you met a lot of my friends, and then I have a very diverse friend group, and so I like that aspect of it.
Oh. And it's also about first love, first experience in having love, making love,
Yeah.
which is wonderful. So you identify yourself as pansexual, which is a wonderful thing. What inspired you to go public, to make this public?
Honestly, it's never been much of a secret. I'm a very transparent person. I feel, especially going into this industry where a lot of people have a lot of questions about my private life, I don't want to feel like I'm keeping secrets, and I don't want to feel like it needs to be like this whole big deal, like Madison comes out. Like I'm just queer. I've been queer. I'm ready to talk about it whenever, because I know a lot of people with a young audience get a little more shy about things like that. And I don't want to shy away from that, because I mean, I didn't really realize I was queer until I was 18. And I know there are so many kids that don't know what pansexual means, because I didn't know what that meant. I'm from small town North Carolina. I had never heard of that. I knew gay, straight, and that's it. Like I didn't know anything. So I feel like educating people on what it even is can help people explore their sexuality like sooner than later. So I think it's more helpful to be honest. I want to come across as a very real person with very real life things happening. And so I think that was an important thing to share with people that, you know.
Is that your advice you want to give to other young people?
What advice?
Coming out very easily, or in an early stadium, or what is your advice?
I think coming out's different for everybody, and I think the story of it being traumatizing and difficult has been told, and I think people have heard that side of things. But I think it made me nervous to come out, even though I know my parents and I know how chill they are. Like seeing all of the media stuff of being like, this is like, your parents will freak out, they will, what up, like my parents were like, okay. Like I think that story needs to be told too, because you know, like trust your parents, you know your family better than anybody, you know your friends better, and so like you know whether you're safe to come out or not. And I think, you know, now it's time, now we can talk about like, hey, sometimes it's not difficult, sometimes it's just not a big deal. Sometimes the people you had in your life to begin with are super accepting and loving. And yeah.
Great. So you're kind of a role model in that case, I think.
Thank you.
What's next? What's your next project?
With the uncertainty with everything in quarantine, I honestly don't. Hopefully we'll get renewed for season 2, and we'll be able to film that before winter comes, because we can't shoot in the winter. It'll be really difficult. But so yeah, I think everybody's just in a waiting game right now. Right now, I'm focusing on interviews and making whatever content I can at home, working on myself, because I feel like as an actor, if you can't be in an acting class and learn about acting, you can learn about yourself, and that'll take you a long ways, because there's a part of yourself in every character. So I think doing a lot of self-evaluating is where I'm at right now.
Good. So is it official, or will
no,
season 2, or what about the big revenge of the Popes?
I know. I have no idea yet, but I mean, things are looking really good. Obviously, the show's done really, really well. I think it's just a matter of like, when are we gonna film it, and how is it gonna work with quarantine? Just a bunch of other details.
Yeah, but there are a lot of questions open at the end. We don't want to give too much away now for all of our audience, but the end is open, and it looks like there is more to come.
Yes, it does. It definitely leaves a lot of room for a season 2 and 3 and 4.